everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the 200th Military Police Command's video news magazine, the MPCOM Champion. I'm Specialist Kirk Westwood. There are many rules and regulations troops must follow here at home, but especially downrange.
In a combat zone, incidents can be random or unpredictable. That's why soldiers with the 539 Military Police Detachment, stationed in Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, take on the responsibility to keep everyone safe day or night.
And these guys don't sleep. They try to get, they'll try to get us any time of the day, and we got to stay one step ahead of them. They only got to be right once. We have to be right every time.
Sergeant Douglas McIntosh believes his role as an MP is to keep everyone protected.
You know how fast you're going? You have a speed limit, speedometer?
Bagram Airfield is like a small city with more than 20,000 military members and civilians. This is why soldiers like Specialist Judy Sanchez say traffic control points are necessary to help avoid accidents from happening.
Pedestrians are just walking out when the cars are coming by, and they're not paying attention, and we've actually had people get hit. And also to control the traffic flow, since Bagram's pretty big, it actually affects the whole FOB, not just here on Disney, so we're trying to look out for the safety of everyone.
Sergeant First Class Jason Pratt says his team understands why safety needs to be the #1 goal before they begin their shift.
As for any soldier in a deployed environment, each day has its own challenges. Each day is unique than the day before. Our soldiers embrace that. They strive forward with their head up, asking what more can I do to accomplish this mission and to just help out.
Reporting from Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, I'm Army Sergeant Ann Cantu.
Life is just too much. I just wish it was over.
I know things are hard for you right now. Are you thinking of committing suicide?
Yes, I am. Suicide feels like the only way to end my pain.
What about your family? How do you think they would feel?
They'll be fine. Everyone will be better off without me.
You said you wanted to spend your 15th anniversary with your wife. You wanted to walk your daughter down the aisle and teach your son football.
I still want those things. I feel so lost.
I understand, but none of that can happen if you're not around.
I know. I need help.
Well, let's get the help you need, and you can someday have the life you want.
I guess there are things worth living for.
Taking a look at our active duty brethren, soldiers from the 51st Military Police Detachment are getting a little help from man's best friend. Joint Joyce Lewis McCord hosts the Forces Command certification for military working dogs and their handlers.
When service members' lives depend on a dog's nose, it's important to know they can do their job. That's why soldiers from the 51st Military Police Detachment hosted one of Forces Command's annual certifications for military working dogs and their handlers.
The importance of it is to ensure that dogs are proficient when training stateside, ultimately to deploy and be a combat multiplier.
The certification is necessary for teams to work in law enforcement and find explosive devices while deployed. They test as a team because it's just as important for the handler to communicate to the dog as it is for the dog to the handler.
To be partnered with him for so long and to do 3 deployments together and come home standing on my own 2 legs, still got my own 10 digits and things like that, it's kind of a big deal when you purposely go look for things that blow up.
The dog's keen sense of smell works only as well as the handler's ability to direct it, so they can find the bomb and earn their reward. For the 5th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment, I'm Sergeant Mitch Ternay.
Peppers aren't just for making salsa anymore. Military police officers also use them as a vital tool in law enforcement. Army Sergeant Danny White joins an MP battalion conducting detainee operations to feel the effects of pepper spray.
OC, OC, OC. Soldiers with the 525th MP Battalion at Guantanamo Bay went through an OC spray course. The trainees were first sprayed or wiped with the OC and then went through several stations to complete their training.
The first station was consisted of a hip toss, bring them down to the ground, maintain a positive control, and they'll give them a block of instructions which the soldier will start to restrain them with the handcuffs, and then we'll move on to the second station. The second station is open palm strikes. Basically, they'll tell them get back while throwing open palm strikes, one head at a time. Once the instructor feels that they went through it enough and they're proficient at it, then we'll move them on to Station 3. Station 3 consists of a Mach 2 takedown. At this point, once they get done with Station 3, then we'll move them on to Station 4, which is where there's a subject with the bag. And his main mission in life is just to kind of oppose them and give them some resistance as they try and get to an inert can of OC.
Oleo resin capsicum, or OC spray used by the NPs, is stronger than pepper spray bought in stores.
OC is administered in two different ways, with a sponge as well as with the spray.
Anticipation is real high, nerves are high. I bet nerves started probably last week. Whenever you hear that word OC 3-1 echoes, tend to just start tensing up.
Level 1 and Level 2 trainees receive the spray or sponge. Soldiers completing their Level 3 training walk into an enclosed structure filled with OC and repeat specific information before they can walk out for decontamination. Reporting from Joint Task Force Guantanamo, I'm Army Sergeant Danny White.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna pass.
United States Forces Korea and Republic of Korea Army joined this year for another Key Resolve exercise. Army Sergeant Victor Jokes from the 106th Public Affairs Detachment visits the operation to tell us more.
The Key Resolve exercise in South Korea, which is an annual combined military training event conducted by the United States and the Republic of Korea, continues to demonstrate the strength of the alliance between these two allies. This year, the exercise runs from March 11th to 21st and involves more than 13,000 service members from both countries. The main thrust of Key Resolve is a command post exercise, which is a fancy way for describing a complex computer-based simulation. In this tent behind me, officers and senior NCOs from both countries are working in a high-tech combined operations center where they are participating in a realistic training scenario. According to Colonel Marion Garcia, this training has helped the U.S. and ROK forces improve combat readiness and interoperability.
I think Key Resolve is a good opportunity for the combined force to work together, for the U.S. and the South Korean armies to get to know each other, to practice together, to share techniques, and at the end of it, come out as a stronger team.
This is also the first year that the Key Resolve exercise is being led by the ROK Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Major Pak Chol says this training has helped the ROK military.
제가 알기로는 합참에서
This is the first time that ROK JCS leads the exercise. It is inspiring that ROK takes a leading role. It will be a great chance to get warfighting capability from the U.S. Army, which has a lot of war experience. Though ROK and U.S. have a different language and culture, the most important thing is that we cooperate with each other to reach the same goal.
One of the most important parts of Key Resolve is that it builds relationships between U.S. and ROK military leaders. These relationships, forged over meals, from salutes, via coins from USFK Commander General James D. Thurman, and from working together, are the fibers that form the strong bond between the United States and the Republic of Korea. From Key Resolve 2013, and for the 106th Public Affairs Detachment, I'm Army Sergeant Victor Jakes.
Army Reserve Today is getting their first co-anchor. Specialist Rebecca Newton of the 206th Broadcast Operations Detachment is taking her seat in the spotlight for this new program.
Hello and welcome to Army Reserve Today. I'm First Lieutenant Amy Crane.
And I'm Specialist Rebecca Newton. Thanks for watching.
The spotlight is on in the Army Reserve as Specialist Rebecca Newton works as co-anchor of Army Reserve Today. Newton is not new to the camera. She serves with the 206 Broadcast Operations Detachment and has civilian media experience.
I've been a part of the Army War College's strategic decision-making exercise where for 2 weeks I interviewed colonels and generals and also produced news stories.
Specialist Newton paves the way as the first co-anchor of Army Reserve Today with hopes to reflect reserve soldiers at large. Chief of Broadcast Operations, United States Army Reserve, Byron Martin shares how Newton's work makes a difference.
The face of Specialist Newton is the brand for Army Reserve Today. She's a young soldier who's actively engaged in the military. She basically is the face for all those other thousands of soldiers in the Army Reserve.
From coaching to scripting, Army Reserve Today helps to make Rebecca Newton's ambitions a reality.
Please don't go away. Army Reserve Today will be right back.
Reporting for 200th Military Police Command and the U.S. Army Reserve, I'm Sergeant Jaquie Colston.
Soldiers from the 443rd MP Company from Owens Mills, Maryland, were invited to take part in the Canadian Army's training exercise Prometheus Ram in Wainwright, Canada.
U.S. Army Reserve soldiers from the 200th Military Police Command and Canadian Forces trained together in Exercise Promethean Ram. Promethean Ram is gateway training for the following exercise Maple Resolve. Platoon Commander Captain Ryan O'Brien says this training prepares soldiers for any wartime mission.
It's important to get back to our symmetrical warfare mindset, where we'd be essentially deploying with exactly what you see here on the ground rather than a built-up area.
Captain O'Brien also says the exercise is a great way to compare knowledge with partner forces.
It's nice to compare our SOPs with our American counterparts, and watching how the Americans work in the field, we've been able to glean quite a bit of information from you.
A live fire exercise trains soldiers in reacting to an improvised explosive device, convoy security operations, and reacting to indirect fire. Platoon leader First Lieutenant Ryan Dim says this has been a good training opportunity.
Working alongside the Canadians and all has been a great experience, and it's just a different kind of atmosphere for us to be able to do our job.
First Sergeant Cindy Babb says the troops made new friends.
The morale has been really high. Working with the Canadians, they definitely, we've made new comrades here, and it's been a great time.
Reporting from Wainwright, Canada, I'm Army Sergeant Anaidi Claudio, 366 MPAD.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been the 200th Military Police Command's MPCOM champion. Until next time, I'm Specialist Kirk Westwood, of the troops and for the troops.